double up. Yeah. Double up.
The crowd is gathering. We have drawn in the masses.
Come to us.
Come, people. Come to the Milwaukee Tool booth at SEMA 2024, Between Two Wrenches podcast. Lining them up and knocking them down today. Jacob Knight is here. We're going to talk about lighting. How many, is this your first, how many SEMAs is this for you, dude?
This is my second. I was here in 2022. So.
Okay, so what adjustments do you make? Because I've had to do this, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. First SEMA is one trajectory. SEMA 2, you learn things from SEMA 1. What adjustments did you make in year 2?
Yeah, so 2022 I came in, we had our M18 inflator. I was running that demo at that event, and I think coming into that was actually one of my first trade shows with the company.
Yeah.
And just the scale of the amount of people coming in, making sure that we have the right setups, the right conversation points, and then also like breaking it down and getting to know the people that are coming through the booth and sort of highlighting how they can use our products in their everyday rather than just showing off, having like the sales pitch to it.
Right.
So that first sort of SEMA event, it felt like a selling show, but this show is really intended about getting people aware of our innovations and seeing how they can utilize that every day in their lives. So breaking it a little more down than, hey, I'm trying to sell you a product. No, I want to show you.
Look at all the cool things this button does. Look, I can put this magnet on anything.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I remember I've worked a few booths over the years too, and it's amazing to have the connections and the conversations throughout the day. But you know how you got to really dig deep for it's the after show events, whether it's dinners or just the Vegas experience.
Yep.
That makes for some long days and sometimes even longer nights.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But that's why, for me, Vegas happens maybe once, maybe twice a year for different events.
Yep.
And that's already more than enough.
Yeah, I agree. Week here can get a little tasking on the mind and body.
Exactly.
I have it dialed in because I'm here for 48 hours. I arrived last night and I fly out tomorrow night. So 48 hours in Vegas. And I haven't decided yet if that's a good thing or if it's like you just then take a week and try to compact it down into 48 hours.
Right.
I must do all of the things while I'm here. Hopefully, it's the former and not the latter. But being here in the sea of red that is Milwaukee Tool in the booth here at SEMA, and all the innovation, and we talked about this, I think, in all the podcasts that we've had with all of your team, whether it was here at Pipeline, there's always new things. There's never putting a tool down or putting a light down and being like, okay, we've perfected that, because you guys go back to the end user and you talk about how is this particular model working, and you take their suggestions and you don't just be like, oh, okay, thanks, and you move on. You actually take that and you go back to the lab and you make adjustments and you come out with even better products. And I'm excited to see what this amazingness is that you have here.
Yeah, so lighting is an interesting category where, like, you think about lighting, automotive, you have all your ratchets, impact wrenches, everything like that. But arguably, lighting is one of the most important tools to have in a shop. Like, if you can't see the task you're doing, you're not going to get it done right. So when you look at lighting in automotive, if you look 10, 12 years ago, you had your halogen corded lighting solutions, and the wave of cordless has come. LED technology has progressed greatly over the years, where we're driving a ton of efficiencies in our lighting designs, and then having that on a cordless system, expanding on your M18 or M12 system, or even getting into some of our personal lighting and our rechargeable solutions that we have as well. This is our new M18 Boom Light. The Boom Light is sort of the second step in a category that we came out with a couple years ago. We had our M12 underbody light, and we launched that because we saw a large user need for having an easy, hands-free, adjustable light in the light-duty passenger vehicle shop. So we had a lot of guys making different solutions to throw on their lift, put it under the frame, instead of having to use pen light, stick light, things like that. We saw that need with the M12, and that M12 was that first progression. Saw a lot of opportunity, loved it, feedback was really great, but we noticed, just like you sort of mentioned, hey, when there's user needs out in the field, we're hungry to continue to build and find new solutions for our users. It's never lick and stick products that, hey, that's a cool light. This is all ground up design products because we saw a user need in the field. And with the Boom Light, the biggest thing that we saw was a need for a larger solution on our M18 system, but specifically on the heavier duty side. So over-the-road trucks, box trucks, things of those nature. If you think about working on those type of vehicles, larger spaces, you're under there working on suspension, working the engine bay. We needed a solution that you could get light to the right spot. So that was sort of the idea and goal behind this project of how do we get a very versatile light with high performance on our M18 system for specifically the automotive user.
Yeah.
And so this one, what we did was actually included articulating arms, so you're able to put this light in any position that you want, and then we're providing security with this light with our magnetic base.
Which is like crazy strong.
Yeah, so we had around 300 pounds of holding force on there, so you're not going to have to worry about pulling it off. If you're moving that arm, that was the first thing we wanted to do. So we added a ton of magnet force on there, and it was actually really funny. We took it out in the field, put that large magnet on there, and the first couple users that we worked with was like, I can't get this magnet off. And we're like, okay, maybe we did a little too much here.
Right.
But the thing was, they really liked that magnet force for the articulation. So another cool feature that we added was we actually have a mechanical release for our magnet on there. So we kept the magnetic holding force, you're going to have that, but you can also remove it very easily. So a lot of intentionality behind every single piece of this light, and really focused in on being that versatile solution in that heavy duty space.
When I saw it first at Pipeline, and it was kind of like, it reminds me of a dentist office, the articulating arm. But what everybody else seems to be doing is like, how can we make the light smaller and more wearable so it's just wherever you're looking? And I get that premise, but sometimes it's just nice, like I just need to flood light, and I don't want to have it on the ground shining up all over. Being able to attach this to the arm of the hoist and be able to maneuver it around to wherever you're looking under the car, it's wild. And I told our crew about it when I came back from Pipeline. I was telling them at the shop, and I want to say it was one Sunday I was working on the Jeepster that was one of our SEMA builds, and Rob wandered in. He's our master tech. He came into the shop on a Sunday to work on his own stuff. He's like, look what I picked up from the tool truck on Friday, and it was this light.
That's awesome.
And like, he absolutely loves it. Our fabricator, he's a little smaller guy. They stuck it to the magnetic, or the door frame.
Yeah.
And our fab guy was able to hang on it.
I have to say, I've also seen Rob hang on it. So you got about another 50, 75 pounds. And that could be a tech thing too. They're like, this is cool. And it's, you say what, 300 pounds of magnetic force. And they're like, well, try this out.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and grab onto this.
We don't recommend doing that.
No,
but I have
seen
that.
They're techs. You just can't.
Well, yeah, because I also
saw
him. Rob was hanging, and it wasn't like, it was a thinner. The door jamb was thinner, so Skylar was able to do it. Then Rob tried, and then the exact reason why you don't want to do it happened, because he yanked off because he grabbed the mechanical lever. And then it just knocked him in the dome. He was all right. Saw stars for a minute.
Good to hear.
But yeah,
Seems fine.
He survived.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Right. But no, it's just cool that, again, you disrupted by saying, instead of trying to make it super small, wearable, convenient, which you have those, you also were like, let's go the other way with it. Let's just make this, let's give obnoxious light to everything that we...
And that's for lighting, that's our strategy. Like, you think about, I talked about coming into that, we pretty much made this underbody or arm type of light category. No one else is really doing designs like this. Like you mentioned, it's all flashlights, stick lights, headlamps, whatever that may be. But we don't just stop at stuff like this. This is obviously our newest innovation, but we innovate across all of our lighting products. And our strategy and goal is to own the shop. We want to have lights no matter what application you're working on. So whether that's working down in the engine bay where you have a stick light to get in those tight spots, we have underhood lights to light up that whole engine bay, things like our new IR task light giving you that small portable solution. No matter what it is, we're always hungry for providing specific application focused lighting solutions. Everything about our lights is designed with our users in mind.
Yeah.
So you hear it across all the product categories, all the product managers you've talked about, but every single aspect of our lights is designed with conversations from the field. It's not us sitting there. Lighting is an interesting one where you probably sit there and go, yeah, that's a cool light, let's make it.
Right.
That never comes up. It's always, why are we doing it? What problems are we trying to solve? And then what can we do to come out with a new light design? And that's just on the mechanical side. That's just on that piece. On the lighting performance side, we've continued to invest in LED technology, optical designs, batteries, and electronics to push not only the overall performance of a lumen output, but how much runtime we're getting, the overall efficiency of the product. We continue to invest in that and be that best-in-class lighting solution provider in the market.
Yeah, no, it's shining through.
Punny.
I know. I'm here all week. Well, actually, I leave tomorrow too.
Maybe that's
been
good.
here all
It's
week.
a good thing.
Yeah. As far as performance-wise, I see this one's hooked up with the Forge.
Yep.
Are you noticing a lot? Is it just longer run times? Is it more intensity? Can it be used optimally with any of the battery systems?
Yeah, so we designed a light to make sure that you can use it with any battery. What we focused on was one of the more common batteries in our 5.0 as our performance target. So with a 5.0, our highest lumen output is 2,500 lumens, and you're going to get 4.5 hours of runtime on that high setting. You can crank it down to around 1,000 lumens and then get 12 hours on a 5.0. So you think about that runtime on a 5.0, that's going to scale up into your larger batteries. So if you are doing a job that's 8-10 hours and you want full 2,500, you still have that option to go up in battery. And then like a 1.5, 2.0 pack, you're still going to be able to run that for an extended period of time.
Cool, awesome. That's the batteries are what kind of, like we were talking about this in the battery piece. The tools are the tools, but pairing it with the right battery. And you guys have, it's just wild to see such a complete picture being painted.
Yeah, and everybody working together.
Yeah.
You working with the battery team. On lighting stuff. It just, there's so much cooperation inside of it. We saw that on the tour we did inside of Milwaukee Tool when we were down for Pipeline. There's cohesion everywhere, and everybody's centrally focused on, again, what we've repeatedly brought up, which I think is what sets Milwaukee Tool apart from everybody else, is that innovation to go back to the end user and be like, here's what we came up with. How does this work in your day-to-day? And then go to the next technician, go to the next construction site. And there's just a continual cycle of make it, improve on it, make it, improve on it, and everybody working together. It's a fascinating operation to watch.
Yeah, we always use the word obsessed. We're always trying to be better and go on to the next thing. We may come out with a lighting solution or any other product that nailed it, everyone loves it, but it's, okay, what else could we have done?
Right.
And then we always are keeping problem statements, user needs that maybe we didn't hit on, and continue to have those conversations with the users that are buying our products, and that's how we continue forward. It's never, we're good.
Yeah.
And that really is what sets us apart from all of our competitors.
It's nothing but heavy duty.
That's right. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
You're in on this too.
I've been trained. I know the ways. Awesome. Well, hey, Jake, thank you so much, man, for the time and the innovation. And I know you can tell, again, one of the things about people that are in your position and the people we've talked to is there is a passion level for what you do and the passion level for innovation. And it shines through in the products and definitely in our conversation. So thank you for the time.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your time here at SEMA. And
thank you.
A little
Thanks
bit
for having
excited
me.
maybe to get home.
I got till Friday.
He's like, nah, I'm going to soak
love
it up
seeing
for
everything
now.
at the show, so it's always a fun time here.
Absorb it all. Awesome. We are live from SEMA 2024 with Milwaukee Tool Between Two Wrenches podcast.
Double up.
Awesome.
And scene.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Double up. The money I cut up.